You perform marriages for a lot of people.
Yes. He offered us money for reporting her.
He said, I'll give you money if you go report her to a county clerk.
She had a separate conversation with him.
So he didn't offer you anything?
No.
Okay, sit down. Not a good witness.
This is Judy Justice. Jennifer Flores is suing fellow minister Jean-Claude Bensoussan for defamation and lost wages.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Judge, case 4039, Flores versus Bensoussan.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. Now, you both somehow became marriage officiants, and each of you claim that the other slandered them in your professions. How did you become someone who could perform marriages?
I was working for an attorney, and we would get a lot of clients that were seeking to get married in county jail, but they just didn't have services like that. So we didn't know where to refer them to. So at that time, my cousin had gotten married in county jail, and she had an experience, and she was like, well, you should get a certificate. It's only a little certificate. And I go inside the county jails to serve people.
Just a second. So you became a marriage officiant by getting a certificate?
Yes.
Do you have to pay money for it?
Yes.
How much?
$47.
And you do that now as, I assume, a side hustle?
Yes.
How much do you charge to perform weddings?
If they have ID, $475. If they don't have ID, it's $600.
What kind of ID do they need, and what would be the difference?
Any government-issued ID. So in California, there's only certain clerks that will issue a marriage license with the inmate not having specific identification.
Well, if they don't have identification and they can't get a license, how do you marry them?
There's another clerk recorders. There's 2 in the state of California that, as of right now, issue them with just the inability to appear, and that's where we go. It's about, one is 3 hours away from where I'm at, the other one's almost 5.
I don't understand that.
So there's a form that's called the inability to appear. You can only get that for 2 reasons, incarceration and hospitalization. That verifies through a notary. I'm also a notary, but I don't do these notaries. So when my notary goes inside to get that form, she's verifying that that is that person and no one else. So there's 2 clerks in California that will issue it just with the inability to appear. All the other clerks want the inability to appear plus the ID and birth certificate and the inability to appear.
So it's a little more trouble to get it without an ID?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sir, how did you get to be a marriage officiant?
It was the same as her.
Same. So you paid $47, and you've been doing it for how long?
25 years.
And you've been doing it since?
January 16, 2022, I got ordained.
Okay. Now, you say that the plaintiff has been slandering you for years. Tell me what proof you have of that.
Well, we have Genesis here, who can testify what happened at the jail not long ago.
At the jail?
Yes, inside the jail.
Okay. Tell me your name.
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Genesis.
How do you know him?
Well, I had hired him to marry me and my husband in jail because I was gonna go to Miss Flores, and I didn't decide to hire her because I wanted a proper ceremony. And I asked her what was her services. She told me that at the time, she would only have me to sign paperwork and my husband sign paperwork, but separated, no ceremony. So I thought that was illegal. So that's when I hired.
So you called Miss Flores first.
Yeah.
How did you get their names?
So Miss Flores, I seen her on social media because I was eager to marry my husband. And that's when I contacted her and I asked her for her services.
So you saw her on social media?
Yeah.
And in your conversation, your husband is incarcerated?
Yeah.
And she said you each signed paperwork and there's no ceremony that she performs?
Yeah.
Do you remember that conversation? That's either a yes or a no?
No.
Okay. Do you ever sign off on marriages where the 2 parties just sign paperwork?
Your Honor, there's no way to.
Okay, that's all I want to know. So then you called him?
Yes.
And you met him where?
Actually, one of the inmates inside got married by him, so he just passed me on the number to to John.
Did the defendant actually perform a ceremony for you?
Yes.
When? On what date?
On June 15th, on a Saturday.
And what did he charge you?
He charged me $1,000 only because my husband doesn't have papers. And we had to travel 4 hours away to go to a clerk where they could approve it.
That's what you were talking about, if you don't have ID.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you ever have conversations with Ms. Flores about the defendant?
No, I didn't know nothing about her until when the day of my marriage, me and him had entered and we were just sitting.
Entered where?
The facility. And we sat down, and while we were waiting for them to call my husband, that's when she came up to us and started slandering him in front of me and my witness.
What did she say?
She just started telling me that he was a scam and that he does girls dirty and doesn't do the full service, and that she felt bad for me.
You remember that conversation?
Not that conversation, but there was a conversation.
Okay.
Me and my friend, at the time, we were like, uh-oh, like, here we go.
Just a second. So you knew that there was some friction between the two of them?
I had,
That's either a yes or a no?
yes, I did.
And how did you know that?
Jennifer Flores claims fellow minister Jean-Claude Bensoussan owes for defamation and lost wages. Jean-Claude is countersuing for loss of business, defamation, and plagiarism.
So tell me what you remember of the conversation.
So they were sitting on a bench. I was there performing 5 different marriages from like weeks before when I got the licenses.
And?
I walked back to go perform a ceremony because they had called the inmate that was going to get married. Actually, Ryan was sitting there as well with someone else.
Just a second. Were you there?
Yes.
Go outside. Go outside now.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to take this step by step. You went in the back, you performed a ceremony.
Yes.
And?
So Ryan told me that he was, as soon as I got up, that he started just talking about me, like saying that I was fraud, that they were not going to get their marriage licenses. And I just looked over and I told the young lady, I go, do you guys have a problem with me? Because this is something that's been happening constantly, like keeps happening. And he just went off on me. And she was like, well, I think it's kind of messed up that you're slandering him. I go, how do you know I'm slandering him if I have never said anything to you? I've never talked to you. The only person that you would hear that from is him. And he looked at me, she was like, well, I go, you probably, in my exact words were, you probably went with him because he was a little bit cheaper. She said, no, he charged me $1,000 because he doesn't have papers. I turned around as a minister, I turned around and said, Jean, you know that you don't submit any more documents when they don't have papers. There's nothing more or less that you submit whether they have immigration status papers or not. It's clear as day, it's an inability.
Were you having any conversation with her at all?
I'm not the one that initiated. She turned around and said, you need to stop slandering him.
Just a second. And what did you say to her?
I turned around and I was like, and I said a cuss word. I said, what are you talking about? Because I was already fed
Just
up.
a second. You responded to her, I don't know what you're like talking about. And she said to you,
She said, you need to stop slandering him and saying false stuff about him.
okay. And?
And I said, false stuff, what? I'm not the one. I go,
Just a second. Let's go very slowly, make sure. Because now your witness is going to come in and she hasn't heard all of this.
Yes.
So she's going to tell me her recollection of it. So let's go very, very slowly. Why are you blank slandering him? And you say to her,
I never slandered anybody. And I go, you probably went with him. That's when I said, you probably went with him because
he's cheaper.
cheaper. Then she responded, actually, no, he charged me over $1,000. That's when I turned around and I was not even engaging with her no more at all. And I turned around and I told Jean, I said, me and you both know that you shouldn't have charged her anything extra because there's no extra paperwork. And I go, if you don't...
why don't you get involved with that?
Because she was the one that was telling me, oh, you didn't want to marry me because he doesn't have immigration status.
She didn't use the word status.
Or immigration.
She doesn't
have
use the word
papers.
status. He didn't have ID. You know, those are fungible terms. ID, immigration status. He charged more because he had to travel 4 hours. You charge more because you have to travel. He may charge more than you do.
Yes.
That's not your business. I'm not understanding why you got into a discussion with her. I'm still not understanding that. All right, would you bring in her witness, please?
Notice up until this point how neither side, plaintiff or defendant, has actually provided any solid evidence. Judge Judy is being forced to listen to a he said, she said, as though it's something off a school playground. If I were Judge Judy at this point, I would be a little annoyed. I think, being a teacher myself in my spare time, I can relate to the frustration at trying to get to the bottom of something when it's a constant back and forth tennis game with, I would say facts, but are any of these things facts that they're saying? I don't know. Let's see how reliable the next witness is.
Your last name is?
Burton, B-U-R-T-O-N.
All right, Miss Burton. We are going to fast forward to the time in the county jail. What were you doing there with her?
I visit my husband as well. My husband is also incarcerated.
Did you know her from before this incident?
I did know her before this incident because she actually did ordain me.
No, she didn't ordain you.
I mean,
she performed the
she
ceremony.
performed the ceremony, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay, so you were there visiting your husband that
Yes,
day.
I go every weekend.
And I'd like you to tell me, Miss Flores got up to perform a wedding. She came out.
Yes.
I want you to tell me what you heard, because you were sitting right there.
So the inmate got called, so she goes with the wife of the inmate and go back there, does the ceremony, and then she comes right back out. So when she came right back out, I did notice that he turned his head.
Yes.
And so me and my friend at the time, we were like, uh-oh, we were bumping elbows because we're like, here we go.
Just a second. So you knew that there was some friction between the two of them? That's either a yes or a no.
Yes, I did.
And how did you know that?
I knew that because prior to this situation, one particular day, a Saturday, I was coming out from my visit and he was standing outside of the door. And so I did hear him mention Jennifer. And I believe it was with a potential witness. And as he was stating, the best bet is to go with me because there are other officiants here that do fraud and do scam and will play you out your money. So I already knew who the other officiant...
Just a second.
Sorry.
He didn't name anybody?
No.
Okay, and that's all you heard?
That's all I heard.
Okay, so now you come out and you see him looking at his eyes like this.
Yeah, he, not looking at his eyes, he turned his head.
Turned his head,
Yes.
And
so as he's turning his head, she came and sat right back down with us.
Okay.
So once that happened, or whatever the case may be, now he's going in whispering to his witness. As he's whispering to his witness, she turns around and she's like, she looks at Jennifer and says, you really shouldn't slander him.
Okay, and?
And we all looked at each other like, sorry.
I don't want to hear what you all looked at.
Okay.
What did Miss Flores respond?
Miss Flores said, how am I slandering him and I don't even know you?
Okay, and you're sure about that?
Positive.
How is he slandering you and I don't
even know you.
I don't even know you.
Yes.
And then what was said?
And then the witness went on to saying...
No, look at me.
The witness went on to saying about how you say he's a fraud, you say he's this, and Jennifer's reaction was, how can I say anything about him if I don't know you? I can't tell you something about somebody else if I've never spoken to you. And then after that, I got called to my visit.
Okay, sit down.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to come to you. You were with her when he discussed with Leilani in person about what the services were.
Yes.
And
he offered us additional money for reporting her.
Just a second. I want you to tell me exactly what he allegedly said to you.
Jennifer Flores is accusing fellow minister Jean-Claude Bensoussan of defaming her and making false reports to the county. Jean-Claude claims Jennifer plagiarized his website.
Now, the second part of your lawsuit is that she copied your website.
Yes.
Are you saying she copied the services that are on it? I'll take a look at
She
both.
copied the content,
Okay.
verbatim.
Just let me see it.
These are the website, and then we pull out the content, and that's what it is here.
No, none of this is proprietary information, sir. It's very straightforward. You can perform marriages in jail. She can perform marriages in jail. She lists the names, the addresses of all the places she can perform marriages. You list all the names and addresses of the places that you can perform marriages. There's nothing here that's proprietary. Listen.
Sorry, just to interrupt for a brief moment. I think what she's referring to there is plagiarism only applies when the information that you've extracted from elsewhere is intellectual property of that other source. So when you write an essay in university and you're supposed to use your own words and you end up using words verbatim, I think there's a limit up to 7 words in a row that are identical to another source. That is referred to as plagiarism. And that is a problem. That's someone else's intellectual property. You're supposed to be giving your own opinion. In this case, if it was a case of intellectual property of the defendant, that is his own proprietary, pardon me if I butchered that word, if that's his information that he's come up with by himself and the plaintiff has copied that, then there might be a case. But all Judge Judy is saying is you can't plagiarize a list of services. I mean, anyway.
Listen, is there not enough business for both of you?
There is.
Okay, so I would suggest that you stop bad-mouthing each other. Neither one of you proved really anything other than you're not talking nicely about somebody else, and neither of you have any proof whatsoever that you lost any business.
I actually did lose money. He actually had Ashley report me to Orange County Clerk Recorders, where I was placed under investigation, and I was just cleared September 12th.
Who's Ashley? That's you. Step up.
Sorry.
So tell me who you are.
Hi, so my name is Ashley
Ashley what?
Garcia.
Okay, and?
I'm a friend of Leilani's.
Who is Leilani?
Leilani is one of my dearest friends. He was going to perform a service for her. She was very nervous about the whole process and wanted to inquire about it.
Did you ever speak to him?
Yes.
When?
June 27, when I went with my friend to go see about her getting potentially married. She felt like she wanted the moral support.
You were with her when he discussed with Leilani in person about what the services were?
Yes.
Okay, and?
And he offered us additional money for reporting her.
Just a second. I want you to tell me exactly what he allegedly said to you.
So he stated that he was willing to give us an extra amount of money and also...
How much was he willing?
About $200 cash.
He was willing to give you $200 cash.
Yes.
If you what?
If we reported her to the county as her not performing her services or fraudulently performing her services.
No, it's not making sense to me. She went there to inquire about getting married.
Yes.
How did her name even come up?
Her name came up because he spoke about her being another officiant.
No, he would never bring her up as being another officiant. He would never bring her up. Why would he bring up a competitor of being another officiant? He had a potential client who came with a friend to find out about the service. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how her name came up. Your friend is asking about getting married. And how did her name come up and this alleged bribe that he made to you?
As I mentioned, I just went as a moral support to support
I don't
her
care
there.
what you went there. I don't care if you went there as a chia pet. I don't care. I want to know what you want me to buy as to how her name came up and he said to 2 perfect strangers, I'll give you money if you go report her to a county clerk.
So, like I mentioned, she was asking about the services. She had a separate conversation with him.
Were you there when she had this separate conversation?
No, she stepped away.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Mm-hmm. So she stepped away with him, and then she came back with him or alone?
She came back alone with the offer that he had made her.
She came back alone and he wasn't there?
No.
And so you had a conversation with her?
Yes.
That's hearsay. So he didn't offer you anything?
No, not directly.
Not a good witness for you to bring. You understand that, Miss Flores?
I was just bringing because of the story that they both told me about the situation that happened.
She didn't hear anything.
No, but she's the one that called the county clerk to actually report me to the clerk.
Just a second.
I got suspended.
Well, whether she did that or not, that was on her. How do I know that that was at his direction? Maybe it was at her friend's direction. He didn't tell her to do anything.
Because nobody knew about the suspending, only him on the audio.
He didn't tell her to do anything. She first testified that they were together and that he made this offer to both of them, but that wasn't true. Do you understand why it's sketchy? It just didn't make sense to me. Your case is dismissed. Yours too, sir. I suggest you both learn to live with each other. Do you understand?
I do.
You should both learn to live with each other. You're in the same business. It sounds as if you're never going to be for want of product. There are a lot of ladies who want to marry prison inmates. For what? I haven't a clue, but maybe I'm from another planet or another generation. I would actually like to marry somebody and could do a dance afterwards, have a spot of champagne, you know, something, go to a beach somewhere. When is your husband getting out of jail?
Actually, he got 15 to life.
Wonderful. Mazel tov. We're done.
This court is adjourned.
All the lies that I heard from this plaintiff, it's unbelievable.
I was actually placed under investigation for somebody calling to make a complaint that I was doing fraud, so you have to put it under investigation. But I've been cleared of everything already, so I can go back to all of them now.
Because she wants to be the only one to do this kind of business, marrying people incarcerated.
He doesn't like me. Even on his countersuit, he said I've been defaming him for 4 years. But how was that possible if my minister license was since 2022?
I'm not young, so I will not do that forever.
I'm gonna marry everybody in county jail.
You know, at the very end where you asked the defendant's witness, oh, well, when is your husband, you know, she just got married in June, when is he getting out? She said, oh, it sounded like an oh, in a couple of weeks, or oh, next Thursday. But instead it was he's actually serving 15 to life. And for someone who seemed so young and well-spoken and seemed like she had at least partially her act together, shocking. Shocking.
Shocking. Yes, life is a journey.
That it is.
And if at the beginning of the journey you start off at the wrong foot, sometimes you can never recover your balance.
Oh, yeah.
To folks like me and you, 15 to life is ridiculous. Why would you marry someone you can't even be with? But if you go back to what I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, some women prefer men behind bars and marrying them from a distance. What has the world come to? Each to their own, I suppose. Thanks again for joining me in today's Judge Judy case. If you have any opinions or comments you'd like to leave, please do so. And remember, this is a loving community, so let's keep it cool, right? Let's keep it kind. And until next time, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.